value during this game. 369 thinking about that. Gragas, that'd be a classic for 369. Not bad versus the range champions. We get 369 Gragas in our first game of playoffs. Now, isn't that surprising? A very different draft to what I expected to see coming out from over into the other enemy topside jungle. If you can contest JunJia here, this would be a huge win for them. JunJia is an early game pathing guy. He really wants to make the most out of this. Jumping onto him now, and he gets the flash over the wall. JunJia, where's the rest of his cooldown? He's on level 3, he gets the stun, but I'm not sure it's going to matter. First blood to naiyou in LPL playoffs. JunJia goes down early. Great read from the Xinzhao player. See how fengyue is trying to block for the volley, stop the slow and the damage going onto them both. naiyou, no flash, remember. Oh, if level... Oh, hang on. Cast comes through. That could be a problem. Gets into range of the E, and it's a great bot back. 369. Talked about his Gragas, and he drinks Xiaoxu under the table. Really nasty. That's why that gank was important earlier. Dragon going down now. It does have the level 6. Won't be able to contest for the dragon in time. First dragon of the game. Command in Twitch chat for a while. So, you know, that's more like a pending renovations thing. Oh, misses the combo. That's the problem. He doesn't have ult either. He's going low. Does get hit with the Ash Arrow as well. Flashes away, but that's the problem with the Alistair. Into the Ash Seraphine. JiaQi flashing away, but I don't think he'll make it out of this one. GALA's going low. Pantheon comes down to save the day. 2 for none in that bot side. fengyue makes a big mistake. He's set from Vampire and GALA. They will be coming back with items. How quickly can they get there? The Seraphine is coming. Probably have about another 5 seconds maximum. Do they get the dragon in time? I think they might just be able to. Close run thing. Yes, they do. JunJia's now very low. The Encore is pretty good, but it's into an Alistair ultimate. That's not fantastic. fengyue is going over, trying to get him some damage onto GALA. GALA doesn't have the flash anymore. fengyue goes onto HongQ to stop him from comboing. fengyue will die for this, but how much will he get on the other side of it? Currently, people dead on both sides, and I believe it ends up being a 2 for 2, but top esports are the ones which get away with the dragon. The camera off as well. Oh, God. GALA gets that first turret bot side. JiaQi going to be traded for this top side. JiaQi does have that bot lane roll quest, so it's not like he's losing out on that by swapping at this point. So is there an encore to use here? No, not yet. But there is a Varus ultimate coming up, like, well, right now. That could be a problem. naiyou potentially looking for a dive here. Now, does he go for a bigger play here? Turret goes down. Ash, if they were there earlier, potentially could have fought for that a lot harder, especially with your globals, the Realm Ward, the Pantheon. Great flash over from naiyou. Creme's caught out by one of those big ultimates. Vampire casting that ultimate in the mid lane. Creme goes down. Top lane Varus. Not necessarily in Group Ascend, but in Group Perseverance it was a thing. Hang on, potential fight here. Vampire caught out, and this is the problem with the Seraphine. Not the easiest champion to play on the defensive. Captain Jack from JiaQi. Perhaps a Captain JiaQi instead. No, looking for the Smite Seal now onto the Herald. Varus lot comes through. Where is the Crescent Guard? It comes out a little late. He's taking a lot of damage. Creme's now into the play. naiyou goes down, I believe, but JunJia will follow him. Xiaoxu, good damage on the Varus. He has the passive reset. How much damage can JiaQi do? Not enough. The sweep is good from Creme. And he'll end up at least picking up some extra kills. GALA goes into the soldiers. It's not bad from Creme, but GALA walks away, and that will be a 4 for 2 on the top side of the map. I have to say, JiaQi's really playing above what I expect. JiaQi is still an upgrade, probably, but it's not as much as what I initially expected. Yeah, shame. Oh, there's no flash on Xiaoxu. He's just dead. Xiaoxu's going to die here. Just pop out that ult. It's good damage, but it won't be enough. Don't even need to use any ultimates here, really. And I'll give the kill over. I believe the 369 there got the last hit. Yes, he did. Is that a flash away from JiaQi? No, didn't need to. JunJia pulled that ult in mid lane. It is going to be a tower push. Xiaoxu goes down. Mid lane turret goes down. How much damage can they get on that top lane turret? Very squishy team on the other side. As long as they don't get too far ahead. This can work out well. fengyue might still go for this though. Has flash, has cleanse, has ultimate. Oh, this is a really good flank. How much can they combo off of it though? Xiaoxu's not there. Xiaoxu's not there. The Varus won't be at this fight. That could be a huge difference. naiyou, does he pop that ult early though? Yes, he does. He has to. That could be a problem. They're trying to look for the big fights, but naiyou might die before anything happens. 3 of that ultimate combo coming through from fengyue. Flash away from naiyou. He'll go down, but he gets a knock up onto JunJia first. Is that enough? Creme trying to get the damage onto the Pantheon. Does have that flash already used. It's on cooldown. Xiaoxu, he has no flash either. Walks up, teleports in, gets a great damage in. GALA swept back from Creme, but GALA still gets the damage to take one down with him. JDG, their gold lead is so nasty, but they lose 2. 3 for 2, still a 1 fight for JDG. But if they're the ones that get hit first, it does go badly very quickly. naiyou has Merc Treads and 2 items. He's really annoying now with that Tenacity. Tenacity is so important with those Merc Treads. How many have they got built up across the board? Well, they have 3, I believe, total. No. Oh, does he pull out the ult first? He does, very, very soon. And the Gragas ult is really good. This is the problem with the comp. The Gragas is too good. 369 is too good at the champion. The Merc Treads work out well. JiaQi jumping over the wall, trying to get that slow. Vampire force the flash. And this is how fragile JDG's comp is. They had to get ahead and stay ahead. They make a mistake, and that could just be the Baron. They don't have the smite. JDG, they don't have the Encore either. What do they play around here? Can they even play around anything? They don't have the Varusol. What do they have to work with? They're going to have to walk around, somehow out DPS. Creme gets the flash forwards. HongQ does not have a flash, and he'll go down. The Rise has left the building. No good damage onto him. He's going to take damage from the Baron. If they take down the jungler, perhaps they can play this again. Reminder that Pantheon does have that global. Missing. 369 gets himself the spot lane turret. This Gragas is getting really scary. Just not in. It's a failed realm warp. They called it off at the last second, so now they're out of position. Dragon will go down. That is not a good sign. If they'd used that realm warp and decisively gone to the Baron, at least it would have forced top Esports' hand. Now the Dragon goes down for free. fengyue coming around with a ghost on the corner. Flashed away from, though, by Xiaoxu. Good disengage by that Varus, and I think the Alistar will just go down. Great disengage from the top lane of JDG, and naiyou's going to get burst out as well. JDG find themselves probably 2 kills in this, but fengyue sidesteps not bad from him. Did he stop the combo coming through from the Pantheon? Just for now, the Q is coming up oh so shortly, and the Alistar will be served up on a platter. JDG get to. Great disengage from the Varus, who hops over the head of the Alistar. Seraphine, that's a huge win. Top Esports, do they think they can fight anyway? Their solo laners are powerful, but they don't want to lose too much more extra gold here. JiaQi going forwards. HongQ comboed onto by the Gragas, but he does so much damage. Combo's not bad there. Creme's jumped onto by JunJia. The sweep's not bad from Creme, but the damage just isn't quite there because JiaQi's on the other side of the fight. Gragas gets the knock-up. He has the E. JiaQi still thinks he can go for the fight. Wants to get one more down, but can't quite get it. The retreat not able to be achieved by JiaQi. JDG take a great flash over the head of fengyue and turn it into a Baron and a 1 fight. Back into the gold lead now. Suppose there's a lot of magic damage to be had on one side, and Varus is mostly... that's a good teleport behind him. Xiaoxu's dead. Xiaoxu is very, very dead here. Alistar's coming back, and Xiaoxu, yeah, he's going to die here. The ultimates are coming through, but Xiaoxu's going to die so quickly. It's not bad damage onto naiyou. Pops that ultimate, jumps backwards. The Encore won't tag him, and Creme goes for the shuffle, gets both bot laners. The sweep from the Azir is so necessary and so valuable. Top Esports find the play to break the spine of JDG. The Baron needed to be successful from JDG, and it just hasn't been. All swept away. There was even 369 throwing up the Top Esports Baron emote. God, it used to be their greatest enemy. Bot lane push goes through. They have an Azir. They have 3 grubs. This is very much going to be the inhibitor. JDG, their composition was too fragile. I think naiyou's early ganks really fixed this game for them. The early kill in the jungle, the early kill top lane to stop the lane prowess of the Varus. Is this going to be the entire game? They've got the Azir. They have the 3 grubs. 369 can try and look for a Q onto the Nexus to stop the next person spawning, and they do. They get both Nexus turrets down. How much damage can they get through here? Does fengyue have the ultimate to pull out? No, but it won't matter. Top Esports decisively end game 1. The question was, how much of these teams benefited from the time in the cold? The Gangplank ult is good soft engage. And I suppose JDG do have a couple of low-range champions, so the Gangplank barrels to get huge value. The Bard comes through. I think he needed that. The Bard gives you enough lane pressure and some engage, and that does allow you maybe, if you Bard ult someone to set up, you want to stack those early dragons. No, you've got to be a little bit careful here. Potential of a handshake out of the blue. Talia wall not unlocked just yet is now. In fact, it could come down right now. Dragon taken quite easily. Level 6 hit from naiyou. That's an important point. Creme has been having a good series so far. Hang on, potential dive in the spot side. They do have the bailout. The handshake doesn't land. That could be important. How much damage is going to go onto him? They're trying to get the reset. Flashes to make sure that he can survive just to get that first kill. First blood, I believe, goes towards the Callista. It would have to be that. Wukong's on the other side of the map. Camps are spawning up there. So second dragon to JDG. I think 30 CS lead for Xiaoxu. He's been playing out the matchup very well, looking for those tags with Qs on the wave. Creme, as we were saying, decent lead in mid lane, 10 CS lead, forcing summoners out. Ooh, the catcher HongQ doesn't have his summoners. Not sure about this, though. Creme, protopulse down onto him. They don't have the cannon barrage. Look, if you have cannon barrage there, you kill, probably. JiaQi's now probably going to die here. Yeah, this is a dead Corki. He probably knows it. Doesn't have the global. He's just trying to clear the wave. And he'll manage to do so, but he will die for the attempt. I think losing that cannon barrage global pressure... Ooh, potential fight onto HongQ again. Remember, he has no summoners. Creme's been blowing them very, very well. And there you go. It's second time of asking. They'll get it this time. A proto belt forwards. Kill goes to the Wukong. That's a good recipient for it. JunJia trying to stay ahead of naiyou. Of course, naiyou got that last kill. definitely helps him. They know that JunJia might be in the spot side jungle. Okay, spots out the Vi there. He misses the Q. That could be a problem. Where's the ultimate coming through? They don't have the Cyclone. Remember, that was used in mid lane. The Renata ult is pretty good. Flash away. Don't think JunJia... I'm not sure about that one at all, JunJia. What was that? I'm really not sure about that one. The bailout comes through. I'm not sure it's going to matter, though. Gangplank Cannon Barrage is pretty good. Bailout's now down. Do they have enough damage? GALA's looking for the run. Can't quite get it. HongQ looking for the flash forwards. Can't quite get him. Really lane. Playing well so far. Double dive onto JiaQi. Top Esports, they've gone for a scaling gamble. He's been playing well this series. It's been a bit of a jungle diff, I have to say. Oh, very good in that first game in the early game. Ooh, stun just about missing there. Q away means that the Herald will be top Esports. Talia full pushing out that bot side. Better angles. Xiaoxu coming in. This is a scary Renekton. This is a very scary Renekton. 369 though is level 13. He teleported in towards that top side. Clips his... Hang on, Xiaoxu's getting out-traded here. This is really good from 369. Xiaoxu, he doesn't have teleport. Has to deploy that dominance early. Cannon Barrage comes down. He still might win the 1v1, but it doesn't mean the top laners are both out of the play. Xiaoxu is going to kill 369 on the back end of the fight. How does the rest of it go? I don't think it's going very well for top Esports. JiaQi won't be able to survive here, and that'll be a full destruction from JDG onto top Esports. At first, I thought, well, okay, 369, good onto Xiaoxu, and then he gets all in. Big mistake from 369 to use his, to get caught out like that. This Gangplank pick is just not working out. Xiaoxu has been demolishing him in the 1v1. I think he's misjudged his use of his ultimate. Those globals were so valuable. Protobelt forwards misses the damage afterwards, though. JunJia gets the Q in. Not a bad damage combo back. Chops back over. JunJia flashing away. Creme didn't have the regular skills to do that much about it. Magical Journey out. Vampire coming towards the top side. Does he want to pull the ultimate? He could do. I think he can. Oh, misses the handshake. Awkward moment for Vampire. Well, I suppose it does matter. Summoner for nothing. Cannon Barrage onto HongQ. He does have the flash. Okay. naiyou doesn't have the Cyclone anymore, and that's... Okay, too far from top Esports. They're 5k down. Magical Journey will buy some space, but I don't think it'll matter too much. GALA flashes over, and the Callista goes a hopping, a skipping, and a jumping onto the gravestones. The clean feed is just paused, and you can see the camera that... he kills the client! GALA walks away with a triple kill and an extra fourth one because he kills the client. Okay. Match up well enough. I don't think his ultimate usage was good enough. Xiaoxu has been by far the more impactful top laner. Trying to look for an objective bounty top side. It's a lot of tower damage to get through. Does have the Sheen, of course, to help with that. GALA jumping forwards. Here comes the Talia as well. Warrior Trickster, I think, still on cooldown. That's the problem. Cyclone comes down, but it feels like just like a stiff breeze, really. GALA goes in. Takes down the Wukong. And naiyou doesn't really have much to say about that. Objective bounty claimed. Top East was very much in desperation mode, so you can understand why they're playing like this. But JDG pulled the trigger well. Oh, and the flick back lands onto Creme. That might just be the game, folks. That genuinely might be the game. With the Aurora down, I think JDG can look to end this game on this push if they want to. Now, the Baron's still there for the next minute and a half. No Creme, no naiyou. How much do they get from this? Do they push in towards Nexus? I think they should. I think they should look for it. You still have the Renata ultimate. You can force them off a turret. I think you can look for something. They might just back off here. They take the inhibitor and go out. Jumping forwards into mid lane. JiaQi, he has not really been able to play the game. Now, JiaQi as an individual player, as we said, not great when he's when he falls behind. Relying on Cannon Barrage, forces the Dominus out. What's this going to be? That's an Aurora ultimate. He doesn't have ultimate. I mean, he's just going to jump into the middle of it. The Renata ult is on the landing zone. The Renata ult catches everyone. It was too telegraphed. It was too obvious, and JDG were lying in wait. It's a desperation move from top Esports, so the game was away from them, and I think the game might just end here. Excellent game from Xiaoxu on the Renekton, who really tore open this game through the individual matchup. He's my player of the game. JDG, benefiting from one of the best Renekton players in the world. Top Esports played the Gangplank Gambit and lost hard. They bombed out of this poker hand. And JDG will walk away with a very solid Game 2 victory. Both games, I think, have been somewhat dominated by the draft. And JDG benefiting more from that in Game 2. We are even in the series now, 1-1. Right then, actually, in fairness, you do. It does mean you then have a triple melee comp on top side, which can be a bit of a problem. I suppose they have triple melee on the other side, but their abilities make you think that they're not. This is a very different draft again. Very different draft again. Put on a quick ad break, folks, as we load in.
Does have that ability now to look for that reset though. Got the double daggers in inventory, which will probably get turned into some boots. And again, into Silas, into those melee matchups where you need to get your spacing right. That can be important. naiyou though is topside with flash. Xiaoxu rather at half. Could well be a dead man.
He's used most of his skills now. Has the E. Now he's got that sapling in place. And I think this is probably just a dead Ambessa. First blood to naiyou, who has had the better early games than JunJia in this series so far.
Good ward, spotting him out.
It is potentially because they're looking for the dive is the thing. Creme knows that JunJia's coming over here. naiyou has flash. Now he can walk up, and if they go for it, they're going to get flashed on by the Maokai.
No one's taken aggro quite yet. Over comes HongQ.
Oh, he's taking aggro!
He's taking aggro! And the fate sealed afterwards is brutalizing. JunJia flashes, but naiyou follows. There's no way out now for the Sejuani. Maybe a blast cone will get you some of the way to safety. But they're still going to lose their mid. Now look towards his bot lane. Reminder, no cleanse, and the spell shield will be on a timer for another couple of seconds. JunJia looking for the invade or the dive?
This is a good dive. This is a good dive. They need to do this now, though, before the level 6 is hit on the Nautilus, who will be killed by the end of this wave. Get themselves the aftershock. JiaQi is going to die.
GALA does at least a little bit of work there with the 7 crescendo work and picks up the kill onto JiaQi. Vampire takes aggro for a while, but then drops it. Out comes the Glacial Prison. Yeah, nice pair of kills for GALA.
Takes a couple of ultimates, but they get a good set of kills. JDG going...
Awkward spot. It's got the equalizer. I don't know whether he would be forced to blow it. In fact, with Silas returning back towards mid lane, looks like there won't be...
JiaQi being down 2,000 gold is just... awful news for toppies. Part of that will be Cole, part of that will be the role quest as well. No, this is a problem. GALA will just kill them.
Yeah, GALA's going to murder at least fengyue here. There's no real way out, I think, for the Nautilus, who flashes. That's not bad. Overcomes naiyou. Actually, is there a potential turnaround now? JiaQi with the spell shield could potentially body block. Does burn the spell shield, but it doesn't actually end up blocking the hook, so no mana or health back. Now
dear.
Vampire's in danger. There's the Bramble Smash, the last few autos, the smite for the slow, and they've gone too far in the bot lane.
Oh, trying to go for the last kill. The splash damage not quite strong enough at this point in the game. Really good turnaround, however, you spent a lot of time there. Missing ult though from JunJia.
369 does still go down. The turret shot's not enough. An additional flash is required, but the dive is successful.
Yeah, they took a long time. Hang on a second. There's no cleanse on him. He has flash. Flashing away.
Gets bopped back into the hook of the fengyue, who may well die, but has the right and draft to buy some time. 7 crescendo healing is pretty good, but just not there. And GALA is picked up by JiaQi, who I believe will also get the shutdown.
And Ambessa, no ultimate for either top lane around the objective. Now this should just be dragging down for free.
Can look for it. The Glacial Prison lands onto JiaQi, but will spell shield the follow-up hook. Moonlight Vigil well wide. He's in the Calibrum. Just goes in the pocket instead of into the champions.
Top Esports getting the first dragon really helps them here. It means that JDG don't get away with 2 dragons. I think that would be... Hang on a second. 369 is actually looking for a kill here. He can force the flash. This is scary.
He TP'd back in. Suddenly is doing absolutely monstrous damage. Xiaoxu's in danger. Can't quite get the kill. It's been close for both top laners, but the reset will be forced.
HongQ could die here. HongQ could very much die here. He does have the flash. Might be forced to use it. Good angle. Well, bad angle from naiyou, rather.
Stolen Maokai ultimate, now potential turnaround. In fact, this Maokai might be in danger here. Will get jumped on, does have the flash, gets hooked back in. Remember, he's not very tanky. The Twisted Advance is good, though, and naiyou ends up getting brought down by that Sejuani. Good healing from HongQ as he picks up another. At least Creme gets 1 back, but it's still the 2 for 1 in the mid lane. Turret should fall here. The Flay buys some time, buffered through by the Q3, but Creme now in a 1v2 is going to be very scary, but the healing is pretty bloody ridiculous. Vampire's in danger. He shouldn't have stuck around, even with the Lantern there, and Creme gets that kill. 2 for 2.
Oh, big mistake by Vampire, but honestly, the start of that play is naiyou not flashing the ultimate.
There from Vampire.
Creme will walk back up towards mid lane. Silas will get a free wave into turret there. You can see again, it is very much about who's the next person turning up to the play. And actually, on the whole, top Esports been he just dies for this. I think
naiyou's coming as well.
He has flash. How much does that save him though?
He's moving towards naiyou. There's a Bramble Smash.
He dies for a hit on the turret. He dies for an extra plate. Now, I myself, this era, of course, it got replaced a little bit because top Esports fell off and BLG sort of took their place, really. Top Esports, though, hang on, getting jumped on here is 369.
Does not have an equalizer, has a flash and a dream, has burned that one, but I think the dream might be ending real short. The turret tanking up a very, they don't quite get the kill. The scrap shield after they pull back too soon. Should need that flash potentially, but 369 still speeding away. There comes naiyou. Oh my god, he went 30 miles. miles. That was a dark passage of all time, but now the box comes up and fengyue is here. What is happening? JiaQi with the on the hunt. Xiaoxu bounced around by the death charge. Flash, twisted advance, and naiyou continues on the magical journey. Another dark passage out. The death sentence will not land, and Xiaoxu survives. I think we just saw a marathon run in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's like out safely. Mid lane turret does go down. In the chaos of that, the Herald is summoned top lane. Flash forwards onto the hook.
That's onto naiyou. Do they want anything more from this?
Yeah,
I think they do. There's the Flay coming on forwards, and GALA gets that kill, having just picked up the mid turret. The jungler's dead. Baron's alive. Do you want
Jungle
to push?
support has been in top esports favor for this game so far, but this moment has been won by JDG's teleport towards the dive here. 369 does have equalizer.
Does equalize the wave. JunJia has ulted. Not really to much avail. They're now hooked up onto the turret, but does have a dark passage out to safety. And so we'll be able to do that. Creme, though, is soloing the dragon and should be able to get the second one there for top
And
esports.
this is a big thing. Stolen equalizer. Can they keep the wave under turret? No, they can't. Good dive. Probably 2 kills here for free.
Out comes the Abscond, the Abduct. The Glacial passive comes on forward as well. And therefore, JDG pick up the turret in 2.
I think the equalizer a bit misused by 369 in the last dive there, so suddenly a lot of gold picked up, and now the Baron started. Before that, a little bit all over the place, but now they have 5 members up. JunJia's low. Yone can teleport in. Good hook.
Death sentence. Out comes the Lantern, the public execution, and naiyou resets only to die once more.
Here comes the Yone, though he's teleporting in. How much can Creme do? The 3-kill Yone, the big carry.
JiaQi trying to flash away. Xiaoxu looking for more, and they've just blasted the Sipher. It's a 1v5, and I don't think Yone's got it in him. Creme will surely fall here, and does.
JDG, the chain CC has been so well played, and I just think naiyou with this less tanky Maokai has not ended up judging it very well. The Baron will go down. JDG swing from 2,000 gold behind to 2,000 gold ahead. The Baron will go down onto all 5 members. JDG clutch out the mid game through their chain CC. Wonderful play from JunJia. So good in the early game, but the fog of war was achieved. I think JDG did a very good job in the last 2 minutes of making the game not about the Yone. If the Yone was the person they were playing around, they would probably lose these fights. He is the gold lead. He is the gold lead member for top esports. He's so very, very strong. JDG just made sure, nope, not playing around him. Now the question is, top esports, you're behind the game now, but you do have a dragon advantage to become the big win condition.
Exactly. The gold lead's not out of reach yet, and there is a lot of turrets to pick up, so it can all start to change around. There comes that Glacial Prison. Not fantastic, and the ults get traded. Long Cats
Hang on.
screen. That's a fatal. Good. Zhonya's buys HongQ with a lot of HP. JunJia left in a pretty difficult spot. They'll be forced to Arctic Assault away. fengyue sped up though, can look potentially for another hook. Does land it. Equalizer after him. GALA can't help, but the dark passage, even with the ward coming on down, prevents
fengyue's dead. Fengyue's just dead. Fengyue's dead.
Is he? Is he just about going to survive? He is.
GALA going to take that bot lane turret because they still have a minute left of the Baron. They were delayed in the Baron shove. Still going to be a Baron shove though. JiaQi and fengyue seeing a 4-man unit in front of them now. There is a spell shield. Dual play. Oh, they smote it. He smote off the spell shield.
Very nicely done. Will it lead to anything more? The stolen depth charge into the public execution. JiaQi is down for the count. Fate Seal to try and buy some time, potentially from Creme if he wants to look for it, but it's still just on cooldown, so won't have time to use it here.
No,
and
no,
out
the
goes
ultimate's
JDG, still looking to play around here as this wave keeps shoving on in.
Yeah, they're only coming up like right now. JDG keep pushing in. The flash forwards misses that. Whatever, you miss every shot you don't take. Teleport coming in from the Ambassador. Creme killing the ward. Does have his ult now.
Maybe look for a little bit more. I don't think it's gonna...
5,000 gold advantage, and you have a Phalios who is so strong on the other side.
Watch Xiaoxu and HongQ now looking at a potential flank angle. There's a couple wards through that back end bush that make it quite hard. Dragon down to half.
Damage
Again,
onto
and here,
JunJia.
out comes that ult from the Maokai. The Nature's Grasp, the equalizer across 4, taken by the Maokai. That's good news for top esports. They don't get any stages, but delay things like that Infinity Edge just a touch. Baron
He might be going towards the QSS actually. Creme's caught down. You'd love to have that right now.
Yeah, does indeed get CC'd.
He's gonna pop back.
Will pop back and straight into Vampire, and GALA's loving arms and goes down. And that's just as Baron was spawning.
Oh, huge mistake from Creme. I think he's building towards the QSS, and you'd love to have it now. No flash on naiyou. He's gonna get caught next.
They throw down to the ult, but I don't know what that means. Another death sentence lands. Good damage back, but Xiaoxu's so damn tanky with so much healing. That death dance providing so much value. The Sundering Slam puts fengyue down very, very low. JunJia
I think this will probably just be the Baron going down. naiyou can't really get into this. There's that threat of the hook out of Fog of War.
We'll throw down the sapling. There's no real way in there, especially as GALA was walking forward with Chakram Swerve.
Struggling towards the end of the regular split. Can they stabilize? And I think the answer is, in a game like this, yes they can. Of course, earlier in the series, game name 1 didn't look as good. This game, though, it is in their hands now.
369 gets the second turret of the game for top esports. Really the case for JDG. We're now on to inhibitor turrets, and that will indeed fall in the bot lane. HongQ and JunJia at the forefront there. A little bit of an abscond forward to hijack the Nature's Grasp.
That might be a mistake. That's a little early to use it, unless they want to end the game now.
Out comes JiaQi, flash cleansing away. Good turnaround as the Nature's Grasp fly everywhere. Now they need to lantern away, but the equalizer after could be really scary. Xiaoxu on a potential flank angle. Flash from fengyue, goes wide, fakes it out of the backline, brings down GALA. Beautiful through Creme. HongQ goes golden, but he's going to die, and Jingdong Gaming, it's just too far. Xiaoxu is trying, and at least gets one back, but they lose everyone else.
That's going to be the soul. No, they lose the mind game, and it feels like JDG just did not need to do this.
Xiaoxu was on the other side of the base gate for this entire fight. Xiaoxu's yet to land an auto this fight.
There we issue there. So, JDG trying to get that Fog of War, chain CC again. Here comes 369. He has his own equalizer this time.
Potential angle. The Baron still going down 5,000 HP. They have to get it into the pit somehow. Flies it! The Bramble Smash Smite from naiyou is superb. Equalizer tags GALA. No one else so far. Out come the Nature's Grasps again. It's looking a little better from JDG. GALA throws out the ult, but unfortunately for them, 369 has in fact gone golden. An Ocean Soul is a little ridiculous, and unfortunately for JDG, the tides have turned. A triple to JiaQi, who's looking at GALA with hunger in his eyes. He's been flame roasted. A flash forward will help 369 secure the kill, and a wave has already been prepared in mid lane. I think top esports might be going to series point.
Top esports will take the lead again in this series. A disastrous engage in the base of top esports leads to JDG losing control of a game they fought so hard for. Top esports, the lower seed, looking to get one over JDG, their old enemies.
I genuinely had JDG winning this series very convincingly. I thought it was just going to be a little too much for top esports, and they are proving me very, very wrong here. Games one.
Like this, K'Sante. You're against such a long-range team. If you get a good flank, it's playable, but besides that... Okay. This game for JDG is about trying to find those crazy burst combos with Lucian, Nami, and Zoe from ahead. However, this is a very long-range combo.
Be a touch wary here. There's the ward down. JunJia could look at 369 here. This gets a bit dicey. There's still a potential thundering blowback. But I think 369 is just dead here as JunJia stuck around, didn't back after that Scuttle Crab clear. Now this Jace with the wave in an awkward spot is a dead man. Will try and clear the wave up, but gets taken out before he can go to the skies. That will be first blood to Xiaoxu.
This is one of the reasons why, 369 the last time he played it, wasn't necessarily a big fan of it. I think that, yeah, I really think... Hang on a second, the sleep in mid lane, that could even be a kill. HongQ's got the Q.
Oh, good damage back. The gravity field was down and available. Game 4 didn't land.
Jarvan's not going to be here. Jarvan's on the other side of the map. Now, does he land that Q? How much summoners have they got to work with? They got that
flash on Vampire. That's important. That was blown earlier in the lane. Going to go for that dive. The Aqua Prism does land. That's pretty good work on the fengyue, but he still had that tether working. Flash away from the Karma. GALA and Vampire just about surviving now. They do get two back. GALA survives. Can fengyue get GALA at least? Will die to the turret shot. Not quite. So 2 for 2. But now HongQ's down here. He's got a stolen flash. Misses the paddle star, but it won't matter as he's got himself some Spell Thief autos to make that the 3 for 2.
Gives it like a million summoner spells to use. So the dominant bot lane of top esports, they go for the dive, and it ends up being, as you're saying, the 3 for 2. Big loss for top esports. As JD, you come away with the early game advantage. Top esports need a huge lead, and Jace is going to die on the dive here. There's a level 6 job, and goodbye 369.
There's nothing really he gets to do here. We'll go to the skies briefly, but he's on 20% HP, and it's very easy work there for Xiaoxu to pick up a kill.
What a risky comp from top esports. They needed to destroy the laning phase. They picked JunJia heading down towards bot side. Didn't have to use that dunk top side. Oh, this could be a problem. There's no flashes here. That's a problem. GALA, big damage. JunJia's jump into them anyway. What's the E cooldown looking like?
JiaQi, I don't think it's going to be given the opportunity. The Aqua Prism lands. We'll try and go back onto GALA, but there's no way. And GALA gets another. This Lucian off to the races.
Yeah, JunJia, good early game.
Fine.
Creme even missed that last cannon as we really saw in that mid lane too. That's going to slow down his stacking a little bit. Going towards that Rod of Ages. Yeah, well, he's trying to be a little bit tanky. HongQ heading... This could be... If this sleep lands on the turret... Oh, poor 369. No one's coming to help him. He's dead here.
Out comes the paddle star. Where's the portal? Over we go. Does miss it, but the bubble lands. That's disgusting.
He's trying to get out. He won't be able to. 369, a third death. The carries for 369 have not really worked, have they?
Just leaving some of his laners in a difficult spot. JunJia had Bit of a weird time. Another bubble lands. The gravity field is down, but JunJia will flag, drag, and try and pull Creme into the dirt. Will force a cataclysm at least, but the kill still goes to HongQ, who's now 3-0 on the Zoe. You want to match the
Creme, decent trade back, means that Zoe has to be respectful. Culling is good, more than good. It's almost every shot on target. JiaQi even blows the barrier.
Yeah, had to there. It's finally got a bit of support from the Carmen. Might be a little bit too little, a little too late. Flash, the flag, the drag, the cataclysm. Another kill. Bot lane. GALA gets that one. Now Creme in the 1v2. The gravity field comes on down, but unfortunately for them, JDG have gone stratospheric, and that means gravity has no hold on them anymore. Creme just about survives, but only to tell the tale of the horrors he has witnessed.
Just toppy. Hang on, there's actually potentially a kill off his head. There you go, HongQ on target. Snipes him down. HongQ. The Q's on target. What do top esports do? Do they just crumble? Do they have any sort of comeback potential? They got one dragon. Maybe they can try and slow this game. Hang on, no, I guess the kick onto GALA.
Oh, that's not bad. Caught under the turret. Will likely go down and does the tidal wave. Not enough to disengage. Next it was a flash blow. They couldn't quite get the kill onto the
Hang on, HongQ does have flash.
Maybe asked to burn it, lands the bubble, but that's 3 members here. I think HongQ's just dead. Side laning for the Zoe is a problem, and a side laning for HongQ can sometimes in fact be a problem.
That's
People
true.
Supporting us as JunJia picks up the Herald over here. Try and throw a shout out in there while I keep an eye on the game at the same time.
Good turn.
About far enough away. I don't think naiyou wants to full send, and HongQ should pick up this turret top side. Both outer turrets now down. Over towards the turret we look. Is dropped down by this Herald and should just go down, forced back by the Zoe poke as well. So that falls.
If this does ever get to a soul, if the game does stall out to that point, the poke comp becomes just so utterly countered by the RNG roll. Although he didn't hit the skill shot onto him, that the little splash damage applied to naiyou. Oh, GALA's low HP!
Had to flash, the tether's coming on forward, the tidal wave disengages the true shot barrage, can't quite get the kill because of the barrier. Now HongQ makes his presence known with a good paddle star angle, but now 369 onto that. Zoe will force the flash, but JiaQi gets the kill regardless of the mystic shots keep flying. They're going under the turret. That's good damage. JunJia flashes away, but naiyou gets the kill. Top esports winning the fight. In goes Vampire's death.
No way!
As naiyou just hops all over him.
What the hell? What the hell just happened, Sam? That job is so important. HongQ caught out a little bit in the clean feeds, freezing.
He's fine. Got a Ghost Blade out by the looks of it. Creme ate a decent chunk there from the Nami-empowered Lucian. Into the river we go. Sole point for JDG if they can secure this. Poke trying to be thrown from top esports, but again, not really landing. That finally, that shot blast comes on through, but it's well shielded. Culling comes on down. That's a slow sleep onto naiyou, who's forced to hop away. The tidal wave comes flying on forwards, but the ghost ship lands on nobody.
That's not fantastic there, HongQ. That one's better though. JiaQi low HP. You need to land this poke from the other side from JDG. They have a heal from HongQ for sustain even.
They are doing well actually, and in fact, top esports just lose the poke wall.
They do. Now the thing is, top esports, they lose the dragon, and that is an important thing. The sole point for JDG.
I think both teams are going to be very wary about blowing summoners over the next couple of minutes. If you lose them now, you won't have them for those big fights.
Blue buff just got stolen. Bubble did just go wide. Potential jump on here.
Well, his mind's telling him no, but his body said, yeah, go for it. And
HongQ!
unfortunately, that's not good! Oh no! But the jungler are in danger, but that's a decent more about motion shield. GALA still gets the kill. Not enough. The cataclysm is poor as Creme blows up the job and mid-jungle from JDG.
That's the really important thing. That endless hunger really matters for JiaQi. It really does. Hang on, HongQ's looking for something. Can't quite get it.
Can't, but he's still got the stolen flash. Curtis of Spell Thief's edge, but now Xiaoxu in danger himself. In goes naiyou onto JunJia. Not gonna get anything resembling a kill. The trouble bubble lands, but it's onto JiaQi. How did he get hit by that? That's such a massive deal. They bring down JunJia at least, but they've lost their AD carry. How can no one body block? Vampire left though. In goes naiyou. Nearly kills HongQ. Can't quite. Another bubble forces that one. As all the while, Xiaoxu's gone all out. He's managed to murder a couple more on the other side of it, and Creme needs to run away. That will be Soul.
HongQ saves the game. HongQ lands so many bubbles. Creme will go down to the Lucian surely at this point. Top esports try and clutch it out, but the skill shots from the Zoe save the day for JDG.
I cannot believe no one body blocked for that follow-up paddle star. They saw it, and I think fengyue walked on the other side of the Ezreal.
We'll have to watch a replay. HongQ gets a ridiculous amount of value. I thought that top esports had threaded the needle. I thought they'd done it, but JiaQi has no play.
JiaQi survives.
Yeah, fengyue does have a Mikhail's. Can't remember if he had it for that fight, but that could change everything now. Problem is, Now you're back at the deficit, and the Mountain Soul is through. Now suddenly your poke, as you see, doesn't even do damage to JunJia there. It just gets soaked up in the shields.
Never mind this bloody Cassandra, who's such a monster.
No
The Cataclysm lands on forwards. That's good damage onto JunJia. That is good. They get his GA. Creme goes golden, but unfortunately they've lost their Karma. All out they go, and Creme is left in the dessert pallet box of JDG. Decide they love the taste of that one, and HongQ annihilates the Jace. JiaQi trying to do something here, but he just doesn't have the damage anymore. At this point, JDG have done what is required to bring themselves to silver scrapes to a 5th game.
JDG clutch out through the mid laner, who had been having a poor series. Top Esports, the composition fell behind. They somehow brought themselves back into the game. I don't think this game is going to go much longer in this one. Sleep doesn't land. JiaQi is alive, but with so many shields from the mountain, from everything else, I don't see how they defend here.
It's going to be a big challenge, to say the least. A true shot barrage comes flying on forwards. Turret number 1 falls, and this Nexus will surely be after naiyou, doing his best to dance around. And again, there's been some heroics from naiyou. It's not on you, mate, I'm afraid. But the early game woes will end up costing them. JDG clutch out. It was back and forth, and again, it wasn't without its concerns. But
I think this is fine. Now, in terms of the draft, I think this is a fairly even draft. Top Esports have won the even draft in this series, on the whole. I think Top Esports not just immediately getting to being like, oh, we lose 1 kill, the game's over, is a good win. Scuttle Crab after, it's getting pretty close to it. Oh, level 6 hits.
Ooh, that's an important smite fight win, and it gets to follow over the wall as well. The fear keeps flying. That puts this poor Kiana into a difficult spot. Creme will look to execute forwards and brings down JunJia. That's so rough. That smite fight changed everything.
It does. It's the levels
on the other side. In those risky matchups, it can feel really frustrating.
Support teleport coming out from Vampire from the Spellbook. 369 has just gone mini. There's no Rakan on, no knockdown on this side. This is probably a dead Gnar. He could get shoved into the wall here.
Flash forwards for the stun into the supreme display of talent, into the quickness. That will be a very dead Gnar. Flashes were burned, but the Gnar goes down.
Yeah, so it's just an overstay. Talking about that jungle attention, JDG have been much better at ganking top lane than top.
Does indeed. That feels nice for him. Staying within touching distance of the gold. The gold is now slightly swung towards JDG's favor after that top side play. A little bit of an attempt to engage that. Nice dash away now. Actually, with the final chapter coming on through, GALA going to be forced to ghost gate slow down. The lightning crash, the exhaust. He's got no damage. JunJia now looking to come down bot lane. Remember, there's still no supreme display of talent. Can now look to jump forward. There will be a spell shield. Trying to get the kill for healing. They do bring GALA down, but it will cost the jungler's life.
HongQ's here. Where's the teleports elsewhere? They can't bring anything. It's a 2v3.
Backstep on the charm is decent, but JiaQi can dance as much as he wants. He just doesn't have enough speed in the shoes. And our fengyue, this little cat, is being skinned alive. The edge of Ixtal is sidestepped, as is the charm. But JunJia's still got enough damage in the tank to bring down Yuvi as well. 3 for 1 bot lane for JDG.
It's too far from naiyou. It's way too far from naiyou.
He
should have teleport. Sadly, can't really do that unless you're in range to tag him with the E, and that's a little bit more lovely. 369 is alone on top side again. There is a Paranoia up right now. No flash on 369 if it really came to it.
Hexplate means that it is on a very short cooldown at this point. Actually, a little bit of a slow there from the prowling projectile. That means the vampire's now in danger. Hop away, but there's a last chapter coming forward. The quickness is there, but over the wall comes JiaQi with a lightning crash and a spark surge, and they get the kill onto the Zeri.
The ability to Infernal for the burst, you know, you've got plenty of options here now.
HongQ's at half. He's got to be a little bit wary here. Nice. Sure, can flip the dodge and the charm. Couple now missed by HongQ. That's made things very dicey. Dragon is started. JunJia over the wall to potentially look to get in here. Herald used.
Yeah, Kali's looking. Hang on, here comes the Nocturne ult.
Looking to get a stun onto naiyou. That is good damage onto the Nocturne. But the Dragon fight is still won by their jungler for Top Esports. naiyou's still surviving. My god, the Yuumi value. The Honey Fruit kept him alive a lot longer than expected as JunJia uses the Battle Herald to CC people. HongQ flying around, gets the charm. JiaQi left low. Still survived for a second or two longer, but fengyue now left without a carrier is in a dangerous old spot. Onto the Gnar just about in time as Creme, I think, got some other people on the...
It's pretty good damage for him. There's upgraded Merc Treads and the Gunblade for Creme. Pretty hard to deal with in a side lane.
A longer cooldown there for the Ariot than some other builds. Still looking potentially for some more. Charm immediately. Mikhail's nicely done, but JiaQi now doesn't have an additional cleanse, but the lightning crash buys some time. They've gone very deep. The supreme display of talent as JunJia hopped over the wall with a wonderful flash combo. Another charm onto 369 who's got mega. Now needs to crunch over the
moments could be so crucial. They have a big lead on 369 who should be starting
moments in the game.
Yeah, so Kiana's starting up the Dragon immediately. Top Esports are going for a contest, it looks like, for now. Do they call it off? Kali's going to come through, teleport coming through from the Jax.
Okay, Dragon now down to 2,000. In goes the quickness. That's not bad from Vampire at all. Gonna get some good damage, and naiyou goes down. Nicely done there as the Xayah pulls the feathers back. Damage back. Wonderful flash for GALA. Buying time. Creme will finish him up, and in back goes Creme with a nice shuriken flip return. Forces HongQ to leave the play. Xiaoxu at least brings one down with him, but he's going to fall here as well. Dragon secured by JDG, and the fight is a bit of a wash.
It's a 3 for 2, and Vampire misses JiaQi. That was the crucial moment. He gets onto the front line, but he can't landing the skills. But I think Vampire struggling to hang on. They can jump off JiaQi. This is a problem. He has flash.
Oh, he's walking towards the Kiana. That's tough. Oh, what a read.
He has flash. You just flashed the combo, JiaQi. That's a horrible death from the AD carry.
Oh, and straight charm on the teleport. Now the paranoia comes on forward. What happens at the back end of this Creme? Looking to go in. Can look to publicly execute. Perfectly execute. I apologize. No one best to be found. Cleanse from Vampire. Does still go down. The final chapter coming on forwards to ensure that kill. Now Xiaoxu's coming. This is a 3v3. Actually, they did lose both bot laners there unexpectedly.
GALA got exploded by Creme.
JiaQi
Later into the game. I do wonder whether actually just seeing that again. Oh, did we see a rape?
Oh, well.
That is how, yeah, he died, I guess. Huh.
He ate a lot of damage and got blasted, yeah.
And a one-shot people. He does need to get that clean fight, though. He's standing next to walls. It's so annoying.
TP
behind him. That is a problem. That is going to be the Jax coming through. JunJia misses the ult.
Oh, that's huge. But the paranoia down, not pulled. JunJia went looking, couldn't find it. Xiaoxu on the angle. In they go. But that's too far. naiyou's dead. Creme's had to go gone. The quickness on top of everyone. Xiaoxu zoning everyone away. Creme low will likely fall. It doesn't matter if you miss one ult when the others all go wrong for top esports.
naiyou pulls the trigger and it ends up being in his own face. The mid jungle of top esports blast themselves into oblivion. JiaQi trying to disengage.
Oh, JiaQi doing good work. My God, the Yuumi and the Zeri try their best, but the cat just doesn't have enough in the tank to keep the Zeri alive.
I think JDG might have just done it. That's going to buy them a huge gold lead. JunJia, he misused that ult. He can't go in alone there. Massive mistake. JDG clutch it out. These teams, 23 for JDG. Left in start of this year for top esports. HongQ looking for charms over the wall. 369. He get himself something crazy. Don't know, he's teleporting in from the top side. Doesn't have Mega just yet, though. Not really going to have that much threat. They're going in.
They're going to try and find it. He's dead. He's just going to be down. Forced to flash away. The Supreme Display of Talent, not fantastic, but JunJia still blows up Creme. They will get the kill back, though. That's not bad. They need to back away as HongQ can look to dance around this fight. JiaQi dodges the charm, but not the Orb of Deception, and it's only deceiving the amount of damage it does to your face.
Breaks their ankles. He charms Creme on the way in, charms fengyue as he tries to follow the Creme Akali dive. Top esports miss-execute. JDG stand firm, and I think they'll see off top esports here.
That will be the end of it. A one-man army of 369 who's turning into a mini variant. I just don't think you've got the strength of arms or the boomerang, I suppose, to defend yourself here. A little bit of a flash on forward from Vampire to secure the quickness. A final member falls, and top esports bring it to 5, but no further. Jingdong Gaming secure the series.
Top esports found the lead in this series at 2 different occasions, but could not see off the old enemy. JDG as the higher seed, just about, will make it through to the upper bracket.